everybody, and welcome to another exciting installment of Wrestling Rampage. The three amigos are back in this bitch.
That's right, guys. We are back in this motherfucking bitch. Hear the right pause.
That's right.
We're back, ain't we?
You fucking right we are. Goddamn, let go of that.
All right, guys. Today, guys, you guys can tell by the
Don't mess with the hair.
by the title of this video, we're going to be doing our predictions for the WWE Hall of Fame of 2019. And oddly enough,
They haven't announced anybody
they
yet.
haven't announced anybody for the Hall of Fame yet. By the time last year that it is around this time,
They had Kurt Angle.
they already had Kurt Angle and they already had the Dudley Boys.
Yeah. They haven't announced a soul yet.
They haven't announced anyone yet. As this time right now that is we're currently filming. You know, they could always bring it out at any time, but this video is going to be going up pretty quick. Yeah. So I'm not sure if they're going to be announcing anybody yet or not.
One thing, we want you to know, this is who we think are to go.
Yeah, we're going to be doing our predictions for the 2019 Hall of Fame of the WWE. If you guys don't like the list, that's fine. Make your own fucking list.
Yeah, if you don't like our fucking list, make your own fucking list.
I think it's a good fucking list.
That's right. Of course, this is how we're going to be doing this. We have two mid-carders initially.
Yeah.
A woman, a celebrity, the person that's passed away.
Yep. A tag team,
and a main eventer.
Yes.
Yep.
So that's how we're going to be doing this, because that's pretty much the way their little formula is. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and start with our first mid-carder. Yep. So to speak, in Rick the Model Martel.
Yes.
Yes.
Career span from 1973 to 1998 when he retired. A one-time WCW television champion, a three-time WWF tag team champion, one-time AWA heavyweight champion, and multiple regional tag team championships underneath his belt. Quick little thing. What did you guys think about Rick Martel?
I thought the model Rick Martel was a great worker. Come on, he was working in that pig-pilling AWA in the 80s.
Well, there you go.
You know, come on. Like, he was the only good worker in that era in the late 80s. Was the only Rick Martel. Yes, Stan Hansen was there, but he didn't last long.
No, he didn't.
He made more money in Japan than he fucking went to Vern.
That's why he rolled over the belt.
That's right. Fuck that belt. And he was a WWF Tag Team Champion. He won it with Tito and Joey's favorite wrestler, Tony Gurria.
Tony Gurria! Oh, yeah, baby.
And he won the WCW television title. Come on, he beat Booker T for it.
Yep. And that was even late in his career.
Yeah, that was late.
Right before his retirement.
He looked in good shape.
Yeah, right before his retirement.
And see, he came to WCW and he was still in good fucking shape.
Mm-hmm.
In '98, and he still had talent.
Yep.
And to me, Rick Martel is very underrated.
Very underrated.
I don't see why he wasn't Intercontinental Champion as well.
Me too.
I thought he was a great athlete. I always liked him, the model, Rick Martel. And he could have been a model. He probably was back in the day. You never know. I mean, he didn't tell much about himself, which is very strange. They didn't even come out with a DVD about him, which is very strange in that right there sense too. I mean, he always he always kept his private life, which is very strange too. Most wrestlers want to come out and tell how they got there, tell everything about themselves. But Rick Martel, he was very, private about things, and I think that was just what made him more mysterious to me than any other wrestler that has come along in the few years that I've watched wrestling.
I mean, I always liked Rick Martel. Did I see him as a world heavyweight champion? No. No. But definitely Intercontinental Championship status.
Yeah. And he was a heck of a hand in the ring.
Yeah, very talented and, in my opinion, an underrated wrestler, Rick Martel.
And he could work with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even the top guys they threw in there, he could work with them. I think they love working with a person that could really work with them.
No doubt. As we get into the next inductee. Molly Holly for the woman of this year of 2019. Molly Holly, her career spanned from 1997 to 2006. Yes, she has had some matches after that, but we're talking about her initial run as a professional wrestler. A one-time WWF Hardcore Champion, if you guys remember from WrestleMania 18, and a two-time WWE Women's Champion. As also she's won some regional independent women's championships along the way as well. Molly Holly.
I think Molly Holly's definitely a great talent and definitely deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. You know, she was part of the revolution with Lita and Trish and Victoria, which is another could be a Hall of Famer.
Yes.
And you know, and she put on great matches with all of them. So, to me, Molly Holly definitely deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
No doubt, Pops.
I like Molly Holly. I think her run was magnificent, and they put her some awkward situations too, but she managed to make it through.
Yeah.
I think she was very, very underrated. I think that her run was for the women's champion was, it was like, we knew that she wasn't going to hold it long, but I think she should have held a little bit longer than what she did.
Yeah, and, I always thought Molly was hot as hell.
That she was hot.
And come on, like she wanted to be on the card for WrestleMania 20 and said she would get her head shaved just to be on WrestleMania 20.
She did too.
Yeah.
But nah, let's put it on fucking Heat.
Yeah.
And Molly goes, fuck that. I ain't being on Heat.
That's right.
I want to be on the card for WrestleMania 20. You can shave my head.
You see, goddamn, if you're willing to fucking shave your goddamn fucking head because you love the business that fucking much, a woman anyway, it's very real that a woman will actually shave their head. But she was willing to do it, but goddamn, I wanted her on the grand fucking stage, motherfucker.
She did.
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
So, Molly Holly, a very good worker, definitely doesn't deserve. She does deserve the credit that she's not getting.
Yeah, she deserves more credit than what she gets.
They seem to me, with the evolution that really happened with the women and everything, it kind of seems like, they kind of threw her in the back burner, like she was there with the rest of them. She was there with Trish, and all of them. But it seemed to me like her name was very little mentioned in that her aspect.
And she's working today as getting other women, training them. So good thing for her.
Yeah, good thing.
Next inductee is the one who has passed away. Big Van Vader, career spanned from 1985 to his death in 2018. He was still wrestling. Two-time Triple Crown All Japan Pro Wrestling Champion, a three-time IWGP Heavyweight Champion, one-time WCW United States Champion, and a three-time WCW World Heavyweight Champion.
And Vader definitely deserves to get in the Hall of Fame because of all his contributions. Come on. In Japan, he fucking lost his eye. His eye popped out against Stan Hansen, okay?
Yeah.
So Vader's a tough guy.
Oh, he is a tough guy.
And fucking, he wrestled in Japan.
Breaking some jobbers' backs.
Yeah, I enjoyed those. Because it shows how of a monster he was. Come on, he had great matches with Sting. He had great matches with Cactus Jack, which are legendary. When
Flair.
Ric Flair, and even when he came to the WWF, he had great matches with The Undertaker. Of course, and then Shawn had to ruin his push, but because he's a fucking bald-headed prick. But I'm just being honest. Because and Vader deserved to be. He could have been WWF champion.
He could. He
should have been WWF champion because he was.
That's coming from a Shawn Michaels fan too. Vader should have been WWF.
Yeah, he should have been WWF champion at that time, and he was a three-time WCW World Champion. Like, come on, he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. And very, very, to me, he's one of the best big men.
Pops Vader.
Vader accolades out the ass. You can't deny that right there. And one of the big men that was so goddamn agile. You can name. He put me in mind. Him and Bam Bam Bigelow had the same attention.
Very big but very athletic.
Very athletic and very agile. To be in the ring. I mean, you wouldn't think as big as Vader was,
400 pounds.
Yeah, that he could move around like he did, and the man never got tired.
No. And that's the one thing I always remember about Vader, and that's one reason why I do like watching. Me and Tommy's done some reviews for WCW. And, even though the Houses was down in 93, I always liked 93 because you got to see Vader on top as WCW champion.
Yeah.
Which was a very near and dear thing to me because I enjoyed 93 in WCW myself.
Even they put on some fucking shitty matches.
Yeah, they did.
But sometimes you'll find a hidden gem in 93.
That he knew, you knew what was going to happen when he climbed that corner, got on, that moonsault was just. And he was so agile for that moonsault. I mean, he would just, you could just see it in slow motion as he come down. My God, he was so damn good at it.
Next inductee is into the celebrity wing of the WWE Hall of Fame. Our predictions is Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah, Cyndi Lauper.
Her career span in wrestling from 1984 to 1985, which, people's been in there for less. Let's just say that.
Drew Carey.
Yeah, Drew Carey.
Let's just go jump over the top rope in my Reeboks.
So, Captain Lou Albano was in her music video. She was part of the Rocket Wrestling connection of the mid '80s with the WWF, and also she was Wendy Richter's manager at WrestleMania 1.
Yeah, and I ain't a big Cyndi Lauper fan, but at least she did something in the goddamn wrestling. Mm-hmm. She did fucking get some wrestlers on her show, on her fucking music videos.
Well, I mean, you gotta look at it this way too. That's one thing that made the WWF explode as well, is because you're seeing these wrestlers on MTV.
Yeah, you're seeing these wrestlers. Come on, they had the War to Settle the Score on MTV. Mm-hmm. Fucking. And here's the thing, fucking Cyndi Lauper definitely contributed to the. To the
rise of the WWF in the mid '80s.
Yeah, she contributed to the wrestling business. And unlike fucking some people who just fucking let's go in and fucking just jump over the top rope and becomes a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm not knocking Drew. Actually, I am knocking Drew Carey because Cleveland sucks. What do you think of that? And but Cyndi Lauper, to me, she deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. She helped pioneer '80s wrestling.
Pops.
I've said it before. I don't like any celebrity to be in the wing.
But we had to we had to choose it just because of WWE's formula.
Yeah,
yes.
But I think Cyndi Lauper really, because here's another thing. She loved wrestling.
Yeah, she liked wrestling.
She loved being around it. That's why she wanted to be Richter's manager, and she did a lot of interesting stuff. And just like you guys said, in her videos, her music videos, she brought a lot of wrestlers in to be in her videos,
which was a big thing for the WWF.
And which was a big coup
to get some exposure.
Which that right there brought them in the limelight at that right there moment.
Because the mid '80s was a big time for MTV.
Yeah.
That's where they were showing them and getting some big plays on major stations.
Even though I don't agree with it or nothing, like she did contribute more to me than any of the celebrities has in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I like the ones that actually liked wrestling.
Next, mid-carder, so to speak, for the Hall of Fame. Even though we don't really consider him a mid-carder, I actually consider him a top guy, but I don't think he would be a top guy draw for a Hall of Fame. But it is Christian. His career spanned from 1995 to 2014 when he retired. Sadly enough, when he retired, because they didn't have no big send-off for him. He just kind of went underneath the rug, and it was sad.
Yeah, it was.
One-time TNA Heavyweight Champion, a two-time NWA World Heavyweight Champion, one-time WWF Light Heavyweight Champion, one-time Hardcore Champion, one-time WWF European Champion, a four-time Intercontinental Champion, a nine-time WWE Tag Team Champion, two-time ECW Heavyweight Champion, and a two-time World Heavyweight Champion. Honestly, one of the biggest accolades so far, and probably the most on this list.
Yes.
For the Hall of Fame, but that's the thing. He won most of the mid card titles, and what you got to say about Christian?
I think Christian's definitely underrated. Mm-hmm. Especially and I enjoyed his time in TNA. Because it got to show how big of a top guy he could be.
He could be, yeah.
And WWE like missed the boat on him. And like
they had him for so long.
They had him for so long, and he could have been a top guy. And then once he jumped ships, you could see that he had the essence to be a top guy.
And he showed WWE.
And I'll be honest, I enjoyed his run in TNA.
Yeah.
Because it showed how big of a top guy he could have been. Now it's like WWE missed the boat on him. And then when he came back to WWE and was the big fish in the small pond, that dingy ECW, where the only two good workers they had was Shelton Benjamin and Christian. And I was like, goddamn, took you this long to make a match out of him?
That's the way they are.
Remember that?
Well, they'd rather see Ezekiel Jackson.
Yeah, they'd rather see fucking Ezekiel Jackson with his fucking afro and thinking he was a top guy, which he never was. To me, he's the shittiest ECW champ. He's
the last ECW champ.
Well, he's the shittiest.
He's the shittiest.
Fuck, I'll take fucking Steve Corino in 2000 and 2001 over fucking Ezekiel Jackson. I'll take Johnny Hotbody. I'll take anybody over
Johnny Hotbody. Oh, bow.
Pops, what'd you think about Christian?
But Christian's definitely deserving to be a Hall of Fame. His accolades speak for himself.
Well, yeah, he's right. Tommy's right. The accolades just speak right to you. Why he wasn't a big guy in WWE is still foggy to me. He put on great matches. Even when he went to TNA, he put on great matches. There in TNA, it's when I think WWE knew that they made a mistake when he went to TNA, because right then and there they seen the big guy that probably could have held up their end in WWE.
Yeah.
I don't know why he wasn't. It's just. It was just, to me, it mind-boggles me because he was so good in the ring. He knew his craft, and I think he should be in the Hall of Fame. And the guy that I think they should induct, I'm going to say it right now, nobody but Edge.
No doubt. Christian, I always like Christian. Always have. Great tag team wrestler. Great for mid-card status. And, even going up to, 205 and, like seeing him in that title picture with, Cena and Jericho.
Yeah.
You're sitting there like, he could be, a main eventer, and then it just never panned out for
it just never worked out
in WWE. And he went to TNA and he showed him, I am going to be a champion.
Yeah.
And he became a 2-time NWA champion and a 1-time TNA champion.
Exactly. He missed the boat.
They missed the boat. They brought him back.
And Christian also was Intercontinental champion.
Yep. Multiple time Intercontinental champion. And I don't know, man. I just always like Christian.
Yeah, I've always liked Christian.
Next is the tag team.
Yes.
Now, this is not just a tag team. There's 4 people that are going to be inducted in this, just because of tag team altogether. And it's the Midnight Express with Jim Cornette, and we're talking about beautiful Bobby Eaton, Loverboy, Dennis Condrey, Sweet Stan Lane, and their manager Jim Cornette.
Yes.
All 4 members of the Midnight Express are going to go in the Hall of Fame. Their career spanned from 1983 to 1990 with various partners. We have...
and just to give you a heads up, Bob Holly and Bart Gunn are not involved.
Yeah.
No,
Bombastic Bart and Bodacious Bob are not going to be on this
They didn't make it. They didn't make the cut.
Yeah, they didn't make the cut.
Yeah.
3-time NWA World Tag Team Champions, 3-time NWA US Tag Team Champions, 2-time Mid-South World Tag Team Champions, and multiple regional Tag Team Championships overall. Midnight Express.
Oh, I'm a big Midnight Express fan.
Oh, I know you are.
I love the Midnight Express. That's like my favorite tag team. And they are deserving to be in the Hall of Fame. Because they had great matches with the Rock and Roll Express, and you already inducted them.
Mm-hmm.
So you might as well induct the Midnight Express too.
Mm-hmm.
And they
had good matches with the Fantastics?
Yeah, had good matches with the Fantastics. Had good matches with fucking... And it's pretty sad, they even had good matches with the Dynamic Dudes, for God's sake.
That's it.
And that's fucking sad. Okay? Like, and when they were in WCW, they were treated like shit.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Coonskin Herd here didn't like them all because I don't know why. Because they were the best tag team in WCW at that time. Especially when the Road Warriors left and all them other teams just left. Like Midnight Express was the only good tag team they had left.
Jim Cornette talked about a thing on, I've seen it on YouTube. He was talking about the first time he met Bret Hart.
Yeah.
And this was like 84 or almost 85. He said that he met him at a hotel, and it was him, Bobby, and Dennis, and they were and they were like, they were talking with Jimmy Hart and Jim Neidhart because, you know, they seen him in Mid-South and Memphis and all that stuff. And Bret's never seen him before, right? and Owen was there too. And Cornette came up, shook Bret's hand, and how you doing, all that stuff. And later on, Owen was talking to Jim Cornette about it, and he said that because Bret's never watched them, Bret didn't even know who they were.
Yeah.
And he goes, who are they? And Owen's like, they're one of the best tag teams of all time. That's the Midnight Express, because I've never seen them before. But yeah, Pops, Midnight Express.
Oh, I think I'm going to sum this up in one thing. I remember, you guys remember too, OVW was here at Hodgesville, Kentucky, and I talked to Jim Cornette because I told him, I said, I shook his hand, told him who I was, and I'm a big fan of yours. But my favorite tag team was the Rock and Roll Express, and I love the battle that the Rock and Roll Express and the Midnight Express had. And I'm going to tell you what he told me. He said, "Boy, you're going back a long ways, but I'm going to tell you what. When you put their names up in lights, we knew we were going to make money." So that right there, that right there just sums it up about how the Midnight Express was.
No doubt. Great tag team, great technicians, wrestling tag team specialists.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Come on, they're the guys who did the rocket launcher.
Yeah. The originals.
The originals.
And
no one else done that.
And it didn't matter who the Rock and Roll, who the Midnight Express was in the ring with. Could have been the Rock and Roll Express. It could be anybody. They had their craft down pat.
Hell, even when they were baby faces.
Now, I don't understand, because when the Rock and Roll Express and they really they compromised each other so well in that ring. They knew what each other could do, and by God, they did it. And that's why they fucking made money, people.
And great song too.
Oh yeah, great song.
And we're gonna go to the main eventer of the Hall of Fame.
Yes. Oh, can I go ahead and give him a shout? We know Breather 35 will like this. Our New Zealand brother will love this.
We're going to go with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
Career span from 1996 to, well, spectacular runs in the WWF and WWE. So, there's no real big retirement so far, but... the year 2000 Royal Rumble winner, a 5-time WWF Tag Team Champion, a 2-time WWF Intercontinental Champion, a 2-time WCW World Heavyweight Champion, and an 8-time WWF WWE Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm not the biggest Rock fan, but he did contribute a lot. He was his number 2 most over guy in the Attitude Era. Mm-hmm. Next to Austin.
Next to Austin.
Austin was number 1, Rock was number 2. He was always going to be number 2. I'm just being honest.
One of the best guys to ever take the stunner.
Oh yeah, one of the best guys to take the stunner is The Rock.
Do the flip-flops.
And he was good on promos. And another thing,
well, promos second to none.
Yeah, his promo work is fucking great. And I'm not even a Rock fan, and he makes me laugh on his promos.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Okay? And here's the thing. Like, The Rock paid his dues in the wrestling business. He didn't have anybody. He didn't make his way. He didn't kiss no one's ass. He wanted to be treated just like the other boys. He didn't want to, all because he was a second, third generation wrestler. He didn't want to, he paid his dues. Come on, he worked at fucking Memphis, for God's sake, as Flex Cabana.
Yes.
Okay, with the pineapple haircut.
Yes.
And he paid his dues.
Getting those small paydays from Jerry Lawler.
Yeah. But he paid his dues.
He did.
He fucking worked in Memphis. Then he got him in the WWF as Rocky Maivia with the polyester. And like Jim Ross said, this is going to be the man right there. That blue chipper right there, which he's right.
And he was.
Which he was. But, and come on, he paid his dues, and look, he's one of the biggest stars of all time, and I'm not a Rock fan. And look, he's making movies in Hollywood. He's probably the most wrestler that's kind of hit the big time. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, which one would you rather do? You know, get beat up in wrestling or go make movies? I mean, you know, it's simple as that.
Yeah, it's as simple as that.
Especially when you've done everything in the wrestling business.
Mm-hmm. Pops the Rock.
Accolade speaks for itself. It's like I said before. You know, he was great on both. There wasn't nothing that the man could not do. I mean, he was great in the ring. He could use the mic. You know, and we've said this before. You know, either some guys can wrestle or some guys can talk. The Rock did both, and very damn well. You know, he had, you know, he did everything he did in wrestling. You know, why not go out and get a movie star?
Well, I mean, you know, he started off playing football for crying out loud for the
Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah, you know, went from football to wrestling
to
wrestling to making movies.
Yeah.
You know, and here's the thing. You know, if he does get into the Hall of Fame, he'll probably be beside that Hollywood, California, baby.
You think he's gonna do it from
Yeah. You see, if he's doing a movie, of course he's gonna do it beside that.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna be inducted, you should be there.
Yeah, you should be there.
I mean, if you're alive to be there.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Well, it could be like some of them. Oh, goddamn ring! I just wanted a payday.
So yeah, I mean, you know, not the biggest fan of The Rock, but he did usher in and become one of the biggest stars of all time.
Yeah.
Especially when the business was exploding.
Yeah.
Around that time,
he hit the right time that with the, you know, Stone Cold and all that. He was right there in the mix with all of them. You know, right there where it was really heating up, and by God, he made the best of it, and the best he did.
There we go, there, guys. Those are our predictions for the WWE Hall of Fame Class of 2019 predictions. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up.
And if you didn't, give it a thumbs down and be a fucking asshole, which you are, and fuck you.
And also, if you guys don't agree with our list or you have your own list, make a video.
Yeah.
Or tell us in the comments below. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/WrestlingRampage2. Follow us on Twitter @WrestleRampage. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more great videos coming to each and every day right here for one of the best damn wrestling YouTube channels going today, Wrestling Rampage. Tommy, take it away.
If you don't subscribe right here to Wrestling Rampage, then I guess your punk ass just don't know wrestling.